What if I told you there's an app that's basically a time machine you can carry around in your pocket? Seriously, it's an app designed to look at some ancient object and tell you its entire story, right then and there. So how on earth does a digital time machine like this actually work? Well, let's find out.
You know that feeling, right? You're at a flea market or maybe in your grandparents' attic and you find some old, worn-out coin. You just wish it could talk. Imagine knowing not just whose face is on it, but what it could have bought, whose hands it passed through. It's that curiosity we all have, that deep-down desire to connect with people who lived long before us. And this is our map for today. Now, it might look like just a bunch of scribbles on a whiteboard, but trust me, this is the blueprint for an incredibly powerful app. And you'll notice it splits into two main paths. We're going to follow both of them to see exactly how this thing brings history to life. Okay, first up, let's look at what the app calls the Rediscover mode. I kind of like to think of it as the time tourist mode. It's designed for pretty much anyone with a little bit of curiosity and a smartphone. So who's it for, really? This mode is for you. It's for me. It's for when you're walking through a museum, or you're on a school trip, or you're visiting some ancient ruins. You see an artifact, let's say it's an old Greek vase, and you just want to know more about it, like right now. You aren't discovering it for the first time, but you are rediscovering its story, and that's a really cool thing. And the way it works is just brilliantly simple. You pull out your phone, snap. You take a picture. That's it. The app grabs that image, and in just a few seconds, it scours this massive library of historical objects to find a match. And then, bam, you get an instant summary telling you what it is, where it came from, and why it's so important. And when I say a massive library, I am not kidding. We're talking about a database with over 1 billion artifacts. 1 billion! That's more history than you could ever hope to see in 100 lifetimes of visiting every museum on the planet. It's this incredible collection of human experience all waiting for you behind your camera lens. So how does it pull the right needle out of that billion artifact haystack? Well, it uses something called a machine learning model, or an ML model. Now, the easiest way to get it is to just think of it as a superpowered search engine for history. But instead of typing in words, you're giving it a picture. It's already seen millions of artifacts, so it can spot a perfect match almost instantly. It's wild.
But what happens when you find something that's not in any database, something totally new? Well, that's where things get really interesting. Let's head over to the second path on our map. This is the digital detective mode.
Okay, so picture an archaeologist out in the field. They've just carefully brushed the dirt off a piece of pottery that no one has ever seen before. It's not in any textbook, it's not in any museum catalog. The time tourist mode is no help here because there's nothing to match it to. This is where the Discover mode comes in. It's built for solving mysteries.
So the core difference is this. The time tourist mode gives you an answer that we already know. The digital detective mode kicks in when there is no answer yet. It doesn't just identify, it analyzes. It takes all the clues you can give it and helps you build a really solid prediction, like a first draft of a new page in the history books.
And this whole process is called prompt engineering. The archaeologist basically becomes a detective, feeding the AI clues. They might tell it things like, okay, it's made of terracotta clay. It has these weird geometric patterns, and we found it on the island of Crete. The AI then sifts through everything it knows about history and culture and art to write the most likely theory about what this mystery object could be. It's a true partnership between a human expert and an AI. So we have two really different modes, right? One for finding what we already know, and one for investigating what we don't. They seem like two separate apps. But our little whiteboard map holds a secret, a really clever connection between them.
And the secret is right here, in this little note from the diagram. It says the database for the Discover mode and the Rediscover mode, well, they use the exact same database of artifacts. The only difference is the detective mode has this extra layer of language data to help it connect the dots for brand new objects.
It's really that simple. Two different paths, two totally different jobs, but they're both powered by the same gigantic shared brain of historical knowledge. Think about it. Every time a tourist identifies an artifact, the AI gets a little smarter for the archaeologist. And every time an expert makes a new discovery, the database gets richer for all of us. So what does all this mean for the future? I mean, why is it such a big deal that a single app can be both a guide for a time tourist and a partner for a digital detective? Well, this matters because it completely tears down the walls between just learning stuff and actually doing research. It means a single tool can serve everyone, from the expert to the casual learner.
It means AI can help us both appreciate what we know and push the boundaries of what's new. It connects all of us to the ongoing story of human history, not just as readers, but as potential writers of the next chapter.
And that kind of leads me to a final thought here. If a tool like this can unlock the secrets of history, just imagine what else it could do. What if you could point your camera at a plant and instantly understand its role in an entire ecosystem? Or point it at a star and explore its galaxy? What other worlds of knowledge are just sitting there, waiting for their own digital detective? The possibilities are, well, they're pretty much endless.